I'm Jared. This is Peyton. Welcome to the channel and welcome to Alaska. We're gonna be here checking out some cool national parks and stuff and figured you guys might want to come along. So we're in Anchorage right now and we're gonna head down to Seward, Alaska to Kenai Fjords National Park. So let's get going. Before we get going, I want to show you guys a kind of funny thing. So booked flights, booked hotels, booked tours, didn't think about rental cars. I was like, there'll be plenty of rental cars, and there was nothing. So I panicked a little bit, and then I said, aha, look at our truck. Look at it. Isn't he a beauty? So we made it to Seward and we're checking in for our kayak tour. So we're going kayaking out in the Gulf of Alaska off the coast of Kenai Fjords National Park. Alright, so we have our boarding passes and there's the boat we're going to be going on, the Alaskan Explorer. There's a bald eagle right there. It's
so
Sammy.
We can't stop for every bald eagle as we go along today. They're extremely common. However, we do try to stop when we can get an especially close look at them, or
see them all the time.
Picturesque.
So we made it to Fox Island. This is, I guess, like a private island that the Kenai Fjords Tours group has. They have like a lodge on the island. Right now, we're gonna go inside and eat lunch. Okay, guys, so here's the food. You can get salmon, which is what I got, I guess, or chicken. An amazing view. Look at it. It's awesome. You gonna skip it?
Nope, too big.
This is absolutely unreal. This is so cool. Gosh, look at it. Beautiful. By far the coolest thing I've ever done. Ever. This is so awesome. Hey everyone, just wanted to pop in and give you a little bit more information about the experience that you just watched and the national park itself. So the tour that you just watched, it's called the Afternoon Kayak Tour, offered by Kenai Fjords Tours. It's a 6.5 hour adventure, which sounds like a lot, but it goes by really fast. And it's about $180 per person, which again sounds like a lot, but food was included, and honestly, all the wildlife that we got to see and just the experience itself, it was worth every single penny. It was really cool. Special shout out to our guides, Aaron and Durango. They were phenomenal. They took us around. We had an opportunity to see sea otters, puffins. I promise we saw a humpback whale. I just didn't get it on video. It was like 50 feet from us, but the second that I got the camera out, it went back underwater. But it was just such a really cool experience. And so I want to share with you just a little bit more about Kenai Fjords National Park itself. So a fjord, if you're wondering what that is, a fjord, according to my junior ranger book, A fjord is a very deep valley carved out by glaciers and then filled in with seawater. So over millions and millions of years, obviously the climate on Earth has changed, right? It's gotten hotter or cooler. And those changes in temperature have caused the glaciers in Alaska to change as well. So the glaciers will grow when it gets cooler and recede when it gets warmer, and over millions of years of that happening over and over and over again, it carves out all of this landscape, right? Think of if you take a plow and run it through dirt, that's basically what the glacier is doing when it recedes. And creates these really deep valleys. So as we were sitting in our kayak on the water, our guides were telling us if the glacier was extended out to where we were, the ice would have extended 2,000 feet above our heads and about 1,000 feet below us. So that means that that water that we were kayaking in is about 1,000 feet deep. But that's basically how all of these amazing landscapes in this national park were created, and the bulk of the glaciers are connected to what's called the Harding Ice Field. And so this is the largest ice field contained within the United States of America. The Harding Ice Field stretches for 700 square miles and is thousands of feet thick. And every single year it receives about 100 feet of snowfall. And there are a lot of glaciers in Kenai Fjords National Park that are connected to the ice field. And speaking of that, on our next tour that we're about to do, we got to get real up close to one of those glaciers. This tour was called the National Park Tour. So this is roughly a 6-hour tour, and you're on one of the larger boats for the entire time. You do get lunch included in the price, and it's about $153 per person. And again, worth every penny because we just saw some really awesome wildlife. Special shout out to the crew and the guides on the tour because they did literally everything that they could to make sure that we had the best views of the wildlife as possible. So coming up is some of the footage from the National Park Tour in Kenai Fjords National Park. Okay, so I wasn't planning on showing you all of our rooms, but this is too good not to show you. So we're staying in a place called Hotel Seward here in Seward, Alaska. It was the cheapest thing I could find. It's one night, I figured. But the hallway looks a little spooky. The room key is an actual key, and let's go check it out. We got some twin beds here, some nice pipes in the ceiling. This TV that is straight out of 2006. We forgot all our VHSs. There's a sink in the room because the room, as you can see, has no bathroom. Also, it smells a little bit in here. It smells kind of weird.
Just kind of musty.
Yeah, I won't say it smells like a nursing home, but
it
smells
the same lines.
really close, really close. But it was the cheapest thing we could find.
And it's got character. It feels
And it's
like
one
Alaska.
night. Sure, yeah.
The lobby
Character
was incredible.
is what we'll call it.
Day 2.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That was awesome! Oh my god!
Alright, so we just finished our Kenai Fjords National Park boat tour. It was awesome.
It was so cool.
Really cool. Another funny thing. So when we got there, they told us, hey, there's weather in the area. The seas are going to be really, really rough. If you want a refund, you can. You don't have to go out, especially if you're prone to like seasickness and motion sickness. Some people refunded, but like we were like, no, we don't care. We're still gonna go. But so many, like it was, it was like a war scene in there. So many people were literally just getting sick and vomiting. One lady just ran to the railing and like, you know, right over the railing. And
intense.
that was an experience. But other than that, it was
fantastic.
Absolutely fantastic. We're gonna turn in our Junior Ranger books for our Junior Ranger badges. So guys, if you're not familiar with it, every place run by the National Park Service, so national parks, national memorials, monuments, seashores, have something called the Junior Ranger program, and it's geared towards kids of all age groups, honestly, but anybody can do it. So the National Park website says whether you're 1 or 100, you can still do the Junior Ranger program. So it teaches you a lot of cool stuff. Like this page, it teaches you how every whale fluke is different, so it's like a fingerprint. So that's how researchers will actually tell them apart. So there's like a little matching game that you play here, and it talks about like food chains and food webs. It's a really cool educational
Food web is very food webby.
this is Paige's picture. To get you thinking about like nature and wildlife and the world around you. I highly recommend it because it's really fun, and you get to earn these cool badges that are really fun to collect as you go around to each different national park. And this one, it's called the National Park Explorer Journal. And I think this one is geared more towards adults. So it says for ages 13 and up. Instead of a badge, you get this little button. All right, guys, so we got our badges. CJ, the ranger in there, was awesome. And she told us so much cool stuff about the park. If you ever go to national parks, guys, interact with the rangers, ask them any questions that you can. They're just wealths of information. But here's the Junior Ranger badge for Kenai Fjords, and then the National Park Explorer badge right there. And then, if you're not like into completing the booklets and stuff, you can also buy like this little passport for all the national parks around the country. It's like $9 or something like that, but at each visitor center, so there can be multiple visitor centers in every national park, they have little stamps to commemorate what day you were there, where you went, what visitor center you were at. Alright guys, so before we end the video, I want to talk really quick about the safety measures that were in place in some of the places that we visited. So we were required to wear masks inside of the Kenai Fjords Tours booking center and the check-in area, and you are also required to wear a face covering while you are inside on the boat. So if you're on the boat and you want to go outside onto the deck, so like where we were viewing the wildlife and stuff, you were able to take your face covering off. Honestly, it was really cold, so I just kept mine on the entire time. But I do believe they are running the tours at full capacity. Our tour was not full by any means, but I do believe they are allowing full capacity for the tours. All around, Kenai Fjords was one of my all-time favorite national parks that I've ever been to. It was so incredible, breathtaking, beautiful. Literally, words just can't describe how cool it was. If you have an opportunity, please go visit your local state or national parks. Seriously, you won't be disappointed. Every single one has something different and special and unique to offer. Our national parks are truly our national treasures here in this country. So go see what they have to offer. You won't be disappointed, I promise. So I'll put a link in the description down below to our entire Alaska itinerary. Kenai Fjords was just our first stop during our Alaska trip. So I'll add links to all the websites for the tour groups that we booked through. And this is my first video, so it would be great if you could like and subscribe if you wanted to. I really look forward to doing more videos like this as we travel around to new places. So coming soon will be the video from when we went to Denali National Park. But until then, please be kind to our planet and to each other, and I'll see you in the next video.